Hello, welcome back. I'm Conor, that rum drinker, and I'm taking you on my journey as I explore the world of rum. Over the next few videos, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can see in front of me, I have the Stratford Sodas, mixers specifically designed for rum. And what we're going to be doing is looking for the very best rum and mixer combination. I am a massive fan of these. They are fantastic mixers on their own. Just as a drink, they're pretty good, but you know, this is a rum channel. We're going to add the rum. They are designed, specifically tailored for rum. I've already got some winning combinations that, you know, that I've found from the ones behind me here that I really like. And you know, I'm partial to a couple, but we're going to put this to the test properly. The rules of the game are as follows. I have selected 6 of the rums from behind me and paired them with one of these 4 mixers. We've got the citrus, the tropical, the spiced and the hedgerow. I think it's in that order. I can't see the backs of the bottles, fronts of the bottles even. So I have selected 6 rums per mixer for the qualifiers. Some of the rums might come up more than once, but 24 combinations in the competition. It is only rums I have behind me that are entered. Once I have tasted all 24 combinations, the bottom 12, they're out of here, they're eliminated. The top 12 will then move on to the semi-finals, where they will be randomly paired up. And then the winner of each of those pairs will go into the finals. Okay, so hopefully you can still see me hiding behind these bottles, but these are the rums I have chosen for the spiced Stratford Sodas category. We have the Dawley's 5-year-old, the Companero Grand Reserva, Flat Cap Spice Rum, Don Papa, the Lost Years Arabada, and Plantation OFTD. Okay, so up on the screen now, I think in this corner here, there should be a little me just running through, doing some sips and some tastes and just figuring out what's going on. But let's get onto this properly. So we're going to be scoring all of these out of 20. I've wrote down some notes here for how I'm going to score. So I'm going to use 4 brackets, going to copy the kind of the Rum X kind of format for this. So 0 to 5 is just, you know, not my cup of tea. Moving up a level, 6 to 10 points out of 20 is good. 11 to 15, very good. And any that are above 16 points, so 16 to 20 are excellent combinations. So, personally, I'm going to start with Don Papa over here. Let's just have another quick refresher. Okay, so this is personally just way too sweet for me. One of the things I love about Stratford Sodas, in particular the spiced, is that they're not overly sweet. They're, you know, well balanced. They're kind of low fizz. I can drink all of these. I can drink a couple of bottles of the Stratford Sodas. There's not going to be any burping or anything like that. So yeah, the Don Papa with the spice is just too sweet for me. So I'm going to give it a 5. So it's top of the not my cup of tea range. Then I think made a couple of notes as I went along, obviously. Then I'm going to move up to the Plantation OFTD. I think that this is just a bit too potent for me. I'm doing a small measure as well. You know, it's not it's not quite 2 parts Stratford, 1 part rum. It's a little off that, but you know, it's more or less 50-50-ish. Maybe a little more Stratford than rum, but I mean, as I'm getting used to it, the more I drink this actually, if I were looking for a bit of a heavier combo, I'd probably go for this if I wanted something pretty, like, you know, pretty punchy. But I'm going to be fair, the mood I'm in right now, and also thinking of this as, you know, the all-time combo, one that I could go to anytime I want a rum and spiced. I am going to give it a 7 out of 10. So it's good, but the lower end of good. It's not one that I would, you know, there's already ones that are better than this for me personally. It's just a little bit too punchy for the kind of drink I'm after. So let's go to Lost Year's Arabella, then we can kind of just start moving this way. This is a pretty good drink, you know. So it is warm, it's not sweet. That's the one thing I really like. It's a bit warm. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. So I am going to, let's just write something down because I didn't actually do it for this one. So I'm going to give this a 13. So this puts it in the very good range. This is the first very good we've got of this tournament, or whatever we want to call this. A really, really good combo actually. Really enjoying that. So 13 out of 20, which is very good. Then we are moving on to Flat Cap. I think I said this earlier. So Flat Cap mixed spiced rum. So this is quite an exciting one. I picked this up at the Rum Fest a few weeks ago now. So let's just remind myself of this one. So it's a spiced rum and a spiced Stratford Sodas. The combination there is stunning. It is, I've written down 14, which puts it towards the top of very good, but I think I've been harsh. And I actually think I'm going to change my score, and I'm going to say that this is a 15 out of 20. The spices in that are stunning. I don't know what it is. They're wonderful spices. That creates such a nice... If you're going for a rum and ginger or a rum and spiced, that's pretty damn good, you know. Yeah, let's change that. That's a 15 out of 20. So very good, very nearly excellent. And kind of, yeah, I'm holding back my excellence at the moment. It feels a little early on to be throwing those excellents, those 16 plus scores around. But we'll see how we get on. Next we've got Companero Gran Reserva. Yes, Gran Reserva. Got a few of the Companeros here. So this is, I've written down 2 words. I've put full-bodied. Again, really, really nice drink. What I find interesting about this is I find the spices develop towards the latter end of the drink. So the initial sip, the mouthfeel is good. But what really makes this a nice rum and spice, rum and ginger, whatever you want to call it, what makes this really good is that aftertaste. I sip that down and then that builds and builds and builds, and it's still got this beautiful kind of, not a punch, it's like a little party. I'm going to say that it's a 14, so it doesn't quite beat out the Flat Cap. I mean, 14.9? Like, we're talking this. I'm keeping it to solid numbers, you know, otherwise we're going to start getting out of the 100 and then we're going to have, you know, it's just going to be a mess. But this, only just because those spices are so exciting, there's so many different spices going on, whereas this has less spice, which, you know, that's not a bad thing. These are both, if I were going for a rum and spice or a rum and ginger, these are both rums I would really seriously consider. But yeah, so 14 out of 20, again, very good. Really, really full-bodied. Finally, last, but by all means not least, we have the Dawley's 5-year. And Dawley's is such a distinct flavour, and this rum in particular I love. The 5, the 12, the 14, the Dawley's range, bar the XO, which I'm still struggling to kind of get my head around. I find the XO a bit confusing on my palate. The Dawley's 5 is a rum, it's a solid workhorse, it is a solid staple of my bar, and I really like it. But does it deliver in a rum and ginger, a rum and spice? I don't know. I don't know if it does. And it's good, but where these excited me and got me, you know, they were like, this is a brilliant drink, where the spices develop, the body develops, it's punchy and flavoursome, it's got a long finish. This, in comparison, is a little underwhelming. So I'm going to give it a 10 out of 20, right smack bang in the middle. It's not a drink I would avoid, but it's also, in comparison, not a drink that I would jump for the chance to kind of pick this over these two, over the Lost Year's Arabada. So it's very neutral. It's a palate kind of, it's not going to divide the room. Like, if you said, I'll give you that, it's not going to divide the room. Give me the Don Papa, it's just too sweet for my palate. Some people are just going to find it too sweet. And that's what's nice, you know, like rum, the rum community, the rum world, there's such a vast offering that we get to have these kind of different opinions. Some people are going to prefer sweeter, some people more bitter, and you know, the spice will put some people off and the woody notes others, and I think that's what makes this really exciting. So this is all completely my opinion, and you know, what works for me might not work for you. So I'd love, if you've got the Stratford Sodas and you've got any of these rums, or even maybe a rum that I've not considered that's behind me or I don't have yet, drop me a comment below and let me know, like, what are you drinking the Stratford spiced with? Are you actually a big fan of the OFTD? Do you like that kind of bigger hit? Do you like the Don Papa sweetness? Or do you think I've got this right? Do you think the Flat Cap or the Gran Reserva from Companero, there we go, is a solid choice? Let me know what you think below, and stay tuned, as the next few videos we're going to explore the rest of the range, so the citrus, the tropical and the hedgerow, before we move on to the semi-finals. If you've made it this far, as always, thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot, like, to have this support so early on in my YouTube rum journey. If you're not already, please hit the subscribe button, like this video. It really helps put this in front of more rum fans. And yeah, drop a comment below if you've got an opinion on what I've done, be it good or bad, if you disagree or you agree. Thank you so much for supporting, and stay tuned for the rest of this little mini-series.